All right, let's move on to the Roto World player news. We have a lot to do today. We will get to eating good. We will get to start sit for a lot of players. But first, the Roto World player news.
We got to talk about Lawrence's and I's matchup this past weekend.
The Desmond Ritter conversation will be
here. We blocked out about 12 minutes for that, Lawrence.
Yes.
So,
well, I don't have much to say about it, so I don't know if there's 12 minutes needed. Maybe you want to talk for 11 minutes and 30 seconds of that, but
11:45.
11:45.
Right. Exactly.
All I need is 15 seconds to be like, damn.
With that, we're going to kick off our Roto World player news with the latest around Travis Kelce, and we got to hear from both head coach Andy Reid and his quarterback Patrick Mahomes on the status of Kelce moving forward.
He moves around how he feels. He's been, he's always been honest with me on things like that. So we'll just see how he does. But he's doing okay out there today. So we'll see where it goes.
I didn't see the injury live, so I didn't know how bad it was. But I'm looking back on it now and seeing how the ankle rolled, and then being able to come back out there and play.
Travis Kelce limited at practice on Tuesday. This is some footage of Kelce present at practice. So, I mean, to me here, guys, Barry, this is someone who will just play through as much pain tolerance as he can, that I think it's an early assumption we're going to see Travis Kelce. But I'll pose this question to you. In what capacity will we see Travis Kelce?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, again, this is a Broncos defense that gave up 70 just a couple of weeks ago. And so there's especially on a short week, you could see him on a limited snap count. Travis Kelce is already playing a limited amount of snaps. He's not playing nearly the snaps that he played last year. The positives is that when he's out there, he's earning targets on many of the routes, and Mahomes is always going to look for him. And because of the tight end position, look, if Travis Kelce is active tomorrow night, and we expect him to be active tomorrow, you're starting him. And I'm not, quote-unquote, trying to sell high on Travis Kelce. He's one of the toughest guys in the NFL. Prior to the game that he missed at the start of the season, it was the first game he'd missed in the regular season due to injury since his rookie year. Yeah. I mean, he missed one due to COVID. He's sat out games when the Chiefs have clinched. But, this is somebody that has taken a lot of hits over his career and has just sort of, always been out there. He guts it out. You heard Andy Reid talk about it. So, yes, I think probably I would lower expectations from on Thursday night, but what are you doing? You're starting Gerald Everett? Stop it. Come on. You're starting Travis Kelce.
I thought it was instructive that he slammed his helmet for a low-grade ankle sprain where he returned 25 minutes later. He was just so upset that he had to miss plays. Because he must have known that it wasn't that bad when it happened. But, yeah, I suspect that this is the type of thing where he will play on a limited count. If the game is out of hand in the second half, which it may well be, then maybe they pull him out at that point. But certainly I think that this opens the door for other pass catchers.
The one other thing I will say is just because the tight end, landscape is so brutal out there, that if I had a roster spot, and this is only if I had a roster spot, you rarely see this, but I wouldn't mind stashing Noah Gray just in case he aggravates something. That's he's one of the few tight ends that you feel good about if something happened to the guy before. Noah Gray is a talented player. They out of Duke, right? Move tight end that was productive for the Blue Devils in college. They like a lot there, and that we know how that offense runs. And that if Noah Gray were out there, if Kelce were ever to miss, I'd feel Noah Gray would be a borderline, tight end one for me.
The rare handcuff.
He was there. He was their second leading receiver in Week 4. But if you're telling me, back to Kelce, if you're telling me you're gonna go out there, get 11 targets, catch 10 of them, sure it'll be for 65 yards. But you're throwing a touchdown with that, which is what he ended up doing in Week 5, and yeah, it's no question we starting him. He already jogging out there. That's about the speed that he played anyway. He just know how to get open.
That's right.
And he still got, he got the shake-ems to him still. That's about the speed he played anyway, so it's up.
Knows where the space is, Travis. I will say, and we've talked about him a lot, this might be the last chance to get Rashee Rice, because Rashee Rice,
yes, thank you.
Mentioned this before, he's the 11th graded wide receiver in football by PFF. His grades have been amazing every week. He just doesn't play a lot of snaps, but I just find it hard to believe that in an offense where everyone is failing as a wide receiver, Tony is underwhelmed, Sky Moore is underwhelmed, your man Justin Watson just doesn't get on the field enough. If I was to choose a long shot guy who's this guy randomly turned into a top 15 wide receiver the rest of the way, Rashee Rice would be my long shot just because he's good and he's in the Kansas City offense.
Look, earning targets is a skill. It's one thing to go out there, the jokes are always this guy's running cardio, right? They just send him out on
Sky Moore.
Sky Moore MVS, right? But earning targets is skill. Just give you an example. Travis Kelce earns a target on 35% of his routes. Okay, like when he runs a route, 35% of the time he's getting a target. Mahomes is throwing the ball. Well, Rashee Rice is earning a target on 36% of his routes, a higher rate than Travis Kelce. Now, Kelce runs a lot more routes than Rashee Rice. We got to get Rashee Rice out there, but he's a rookie and he is increasing his route participation. He's increasing his snaps every single week. He leads the Chiefs, not Travis Kelce. He leads the Chiefs in red zone targets. Rashee Rice, even though he's not out there nearly as much. I absolutely love the call. I feel like we've been talking about him for a while, especially when you think about the fact that the Chiefs are 10.5-point favorites in this game. Maybe they use this as a chance to get Rashee Rice some more reps and more opportunities out there in a game that's well in hand. Scored the touchdown last week as well. Rashee Rice is coming. It's happening. It's just a matter of when it'll manifest itself fully.
Some other notable injuries we're tracking. You're going to see at the top of this list Deshaun Watson dealing with that shoulder, and it would be P.J. Walker. If Watson is not ready to play. We'll have an update on Watson in a second.
Hey, Jay, what kind of therapy do you think Deshaun Watson will get on that shoulder?
Doug Lawrence. You don't want any part of this.
Can't go near that. What I will say about Deshaun Watson, though, Matthew, is that the line to this game opened at 2.5. It's all the way up to 6, Matthew. So the market expects that Deshaun Watson may not play or may be limited regardless of what treatment he gets on that shoulder.
He definitely needs. Okay, here we go.
Mary Kay Cabot, Deshaun Watson is not scheduled to talk to the media today like he usually does on Wednesday. Will be limited if he practices. So everything, just reading everything here, Jay, it does not seem like it's trending in the right direction.
It's also concerning because they just had a bye week as well. So that means that it's not just a 1-week niggle thing. We give him an extra bit of rest. The weird thing, though, is that he was cleared to play by doctors for the previous game, and he just felt like he wasn't right, and so they let him have it off. But it seems like it's still lingering, clearly, if he's only going to be practicing in a limited capacity at best. So red flags in Cleveland.
Do you think he isn't getting the right kind of treatment on that shoulder?
He gonna get you. He gonna get you. He gonna get it out.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking
trying to make this a 3-man show real quick.
I don't know the answer to any of this. I'm just asking some questions.
Gotta help me out, Connor. Zay Jones.
No. Hey, let's get back to the Cleveland Browns situation here because we know my guy Lawrence is desperately wondering who's going to be throwing the ball to Donovan Peoples-Jones, DPJ. It's actually going to be P.J. Walker, XFL superstar P.J. Walker, and not Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Again, the Browns with the 3 names in a row.
Yeah, like they just can't quit this.
Right, exactly. Lawrence Jackson. Any concerns?
P.J. Walker.
There you go, 3 names. Lawrence Jackson. My question to you, my friend, is would you downgrade? They're playing the Niners. Are you downgrading, Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, any of these guys that if it's P.J. Walker versus Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, and even though he's more of a seasoned veteran than DTR was, you got to downgrade him even if Deshaun Watson was playing at full strength on the strength that they're playing the 49ers and they've dominated everybody. You still got to start Amari Cooper. There's too many injuries not to do it, but definitely they'll get a downgrade with P.J. Walker in there.
Just quickly as well, one thing to note about this game: 20-mile-per-hour winds, scattered showers in Cleveland on Sunday. So add that to the P.J. Walker experience. Probably not starting Elijah Moore in your flex.
Yeah, I think Amari Cooper's the only one you feel like. I don't want to say you feel confident about, but you just feel like target share may get them there. Maybe it's a lot of dump offs to Jerome Ford in this one as well. The only last injury that I just think is notable is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is trending towards once again questionable. I think that's a big one. The rest we'll talk more about tomorrow. But I know, Connor, you want to get to something. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.